everybody. My name is Zohreh Pourzolfaghar, and I'm an assistant professor in the School of Business in Maynooth University and also a member of IVI as the cluster lead for the digital construction cluster. Today, I'm going to talk about my research interest, which is about information management and technologies available in the construction domain, and also shortly talk about the challenges, the ones that I would like to work on them, and this is indeed research interest. I'm going to start with this slide, which is a short story about what's happening with the information all across building life cycle. For any building, we have design phase, construction phase, and operation phase. And BIM technology has been provided to digitalize the information all across this journey. And the aim has been that the information are created over the design phase, the digital information. Then because many changes are happening for the design of any building over the construction phase, then this digital information are supposed to be updated. And also over the operation phase, we have generally some changes happening in building, for example, refurbishment. And again, it is expected that the information, the digital information for the building is up to date at any time. And this is the exact meaning of the digital twin. This is what has been expected to have by the BIM technology. And just shortly saying that BIM is not only the abbreviation for the building information modeling, it's also building information management. And just shortly saying that BIM is a process through which we are going to keep the digital information for the buildings up to date. And over here that you could see, I've been saying that the digital information for buildings are created over the design phase, and then we have some update of this digital information in the construction phase and also in the operation phase. Just shortly saying that I started all this research area when I've been working in industry. I've been working with a consulting and designing company, and they have been doing design phase of building projects. And also they have been looking at the construction phase from the other side as well. And that was the start of my interest. And because of that, I started to do my master in this area to explore the processes of creation of information. Then based on this interest, I did my PhD research around the topic, the major for project management, and also looking at knowledge management and information management in the design phase of building, because we have been facing knowledge loss phenomena in the design phase, and that was the base topic for my PhD research. And then over the duration of my postdoc, which has been in DCU and under the supervision of Marcus Helford, I've been working with some industry partners related to this topic. And also we had some collaboration and some publication with industry related to this. And at the moment, which I'm based in Maynooth University, I'm collaborating with industry, and under the umbrella of IVI, we are working together with the industry partners. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about this. And here we have a little bit of details, more details, that what's the exact challenge for the information management. As we mentioned, the information are created during different phases of building life cycle over the design, construction, and operation. One of the problem is that the information are created in different information creation environments. And over here in the left side of this image, we have names of some of this environment like, for example, Revit or AutoCAD, or some of these information are in PDF format and in Excel format. And the problem is that some of this information are not compliant with the standards for BIM. As you could see in the second row, I've been writing comply with IFC. If yes is the top row is for yes, and the bottom row is for the no ones. And you could see that the information are created with the environments which are compliant or not with the IFC and BIM standards. And that's one of the main issues for this and the origin of these issues and the challenges in the industry. And also, similarly, we have some challenges for the information update. Again, it is going to happen mostly manually and or using some environments, and that's the problem. We don't have the information for the buildings in the digital format. That's the problem. And then here, I'm just going to say that what I've done so far with this topic and with this research area, I'm just starting with the exploration of the existing standards, the standards for BIM. As you could see here, we have three most important standards, which are mostly for data classification, for information exchange, and for the information delivery manual. These are the three standards. And what I've done, I just started with this part. I've been writing a proposal, and I've been awarded for a 1 year fund to work on these standards. And that was the first part. And then in the meanwhile, I got the membership of NSAI and getting involved in construction industry standards exploration. And I had the chance to be a member of the working group to develop Irish Annex for ISO 19650, which is especially for the information exchange. And also related to this, we have realized some type of challenges, and we are going to publish an article related to this. The Irish Annex has been developed already and has been published. I think it was on February 2021, which it was publicly available. And the most recent activity that I'm doing is being the cluster lead for the digital construction cluster in IVI. And what we have done for this cluster is that we have been defining a vision for this cluster. And the main objective is enabling exchange of information between the different environments to create this information. And we have defined some focused challenges for this cluster, which are mostly related to the connections between the digital environments, and also between the digital environments and IoT devices, because all these digital devices are creating valuable digital information, and it might happen over the construction phase or operation phase. And also the other activity that we are doing at the moment, and some of them recently, it's collaboration with industry partners. We have been working on a proposal related to a call. I'm going to talk a little bit about this proposal, call for proposal. And also at the moment, we have 2 ongoing collaborations with 2 industry partners to apply for Enterprise Ireland Innovation Vouchers. And the topic that we have defined for these 2 collaborations is mostly about the standards, and is mostly about the information exchange standards. And these are the things that I've been doing over the last 5 years. And now about the proposal that we have been working, since the cluster in the IVI is the digital construction cluster, and it's dealing with the digital transformation and digital transition. In this reason, we have been looking at the public organizations and their updates related to this industry. And the first thing that we have been keeping an eye on that, it has been the roadmap to digital transformation in construction industry. This has been issued by a National BIM Council. And as you could see, it says that there has been some difficulties in technology adoption. And that's the main problem. And the other thing, the main aim of this roadmap and this funding opportunity, it has been that to help and to support digital transition in the industry. And also this roadmap has been providing a long-term view on the support structure that the government could provide to the Irish companies in this domain. And based on this roadmap, there has been an open grant call to establish Build Digital project. And this has been the call that we have been collaborating with industry partners. And as you could see, the main issue and challenge for this call, it has been limited adoption of necessary digital technology standards, practices, and expertise. And also there has been a specific objective defined for this call, which has been integrated interoperable digital data adoption. And also the aim has been to increase efficiency, sustainability, and productivity. Based on this call, we have been working with industry partners and we have been trying to submit a proposal. It's very competitive and the proposal has not been successful, but we have the base for the proposal and we are going to resubmit it to any other funding opportunity. That's what we are doing, and we are hopeful to continue collaborating with industry partners. Now I'm going to finish my presentation and leave the floor open for further discussion. If there is any question, I would be happy to answer.
Hi, Zohreh, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Douglas.
Hi. First of all, thanks for the very interesting presentation and topic. I was wondering if you could maybe talk a little bit about what are like the barriers that you see for, like a higher level of digitalization in construction industry. Is it, for example, related to the awareness of the benefits for the entrepreneurs on that domain, or it would be related to something else, such as the lack of resources? So maybe if you could, like provide somehow the challenges for this pathway towards digitalizing that industry. Thank you.
Yes, thanks very much. It's a very good question, Douglas. For this, I'm going to refer back to this slide, which is about information management challenges. As I mentioned, the digital information for buildings are created in different environments. We have the examples of different environments over here. For example, if the construction companies are using specific environment like Revit to create digital environment, digital information for any building, then there should be a way to have conversation with other environments. But the problem is that some other environments like AutoCAD, which is commonly used by the construction companies, they have no common language to talk to each other. This IFC, which we have been insisting, the standard, Revit is following these standards. And this is the language through which different environments could talk to them by that. But the problem is that AutoCAD is not following the same standard. And just simply, I could say that this common language, there is no common language between different environments at the moment. And probably there should be some type of interfaces between these environments to translate the talks, for example, from the AutoCAD toward Revit. And that's the main problem. And then the other problem is that is about the skills in the domain, in the construction domain. Over the design phase, they are highly skilled with use of these digital environments, the professionals. But in the construction domain, the level of skill, the digital skills is lower, and consequently for the operation phase. And why is like that? Because, for example, in the operation phase, maybe we don't need a person being very familiar with this environment like Revit. That's the thing that it has been seen. Therefore, when we don't have that expertise at the operation phase, then they could not again have the same conversation. The information for the buildings have been stored in the files with the format compliant with IFC when they have been created by Revit. But when it's not like that, then the conversation is going to be stopped. They cannot talk to each other. Just simply, I can say that there is no common language between different environments. That's the first thing. And these are indeed the challenges that I've been highlighting over here. Digital information environments, they cannot talk to each other. And also digital information, digital environment are not able to simply talk to the digital devices. We cannot benefit from the connection between digital devices and the digital environment, digital creation environments. That's the problem. And the last one is about the digital skills. And this is the reason that we have had these focused challenges for the digital cluster in IVI. Hope this answered your question, Douglas.
Yes, plenty of interesting challenges. Thank you, Zohreh, for that.
Yeah, and thanks to you for the question. And do we have any other question?
Hi, Zohreh. This is Priyanka here. So thank you very much for your interesting presentation. Just like what you just mentioned about the challenges, like integration of the information from different environment, and then other challenges that you just mentioned. So I was just wondering, like, how digital twin is helping you to, address these challenges as together. So if you can just elaborate on that part.
Indeed, the digital twin. First, I would like to say thanks for your interesting question. Having the digital twin and up-to-date digital twin is ultimate goal. But the problem is that we don't have the up-to-date digital twin, and that's the problem. Digital twin means that we have all the information, up-to-date information for the buildings available at any time. But this is what is not happening at the moment.
Okay.
If we could have this digital twin, that was perfect because we had the latest update of information about any space in the building, but this is not happening. And just simply saying that because the digital twin is exactly somehow the same output of the use of BIM technology. And the fact is that there has been defined different levels of implementation and having BIM in place in different countries. And maybe in terms of theory, we have the level 4, but in terms of practice, we only are at level 2. And just we could, for example, digitalize all the information in the design phase. And that's the main problem indeed.
Okay, thanks, Zohreh.
Yeah. Thanks, Priyanka. Okay. Do we have any other question? Okay. If we don't have any further question, I'm going to go to the next slide, which is about our upcoming events. The first event, very close event, is the IVI webinar for Trustworthy AR, which is going to be at 3 today. And we would be happy to invite you to for this webinar. And then the other event would be the Digital Retail Summit, which is related to the Perform Marie Curie project, which is going to be held on June 18. And over this event, we will have more than 20 speakers, international speakers, and we are going to invite you to join us for this interesting event. And the registration for this event is for free, and you could see the link for registration done there. And also we have similar link for the webinar today. Again, the registration would be for free, and then we would be happy to have you online for these 2 upcoming events. And also you could be in touch with us through different outlets. For example, we are available on LinkedIn, we have Twitter account, and also you could send us an email to info@ivi.ie. And also you could get in touch with us if you're going to subscribe to IVI, you could receive the news about our new activities, webinars, workshop that we are running. And just mentioning that in IVI, we have the number of different clusters like health cluster, enterprise architecture cluster, retail cluster, e-government cluster, and also sustainability cluster. And we have interesting workshops running under each of this cluster. And we have our weekly webinars, and you could get all this information through the post on all these outlets like LinkedIn, Twitter, and more. Or just simply send us an email. And that's the end of my presentation. And if you have any question related to this topic, I would be happy to answer to them. Do we have any question? Okay, thanks very much to join us for today's presentation and to listen to my research interests, and hopefully we are going to see you in the next upcoming event and also next week. Thanks very much and have a nice afternoon.